Welcome back to Prime News. More teachers behaving badly, this time in South Carolina. These two women, one an elementary school teacher, the other a church preschool teacher, have been arrested and charged for allegedly throwing wild parties over the summer with minors. They're charged with giving alcohol and marijuana to teens, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and criminal sexual conduct, some for acts with kids from ages 11 to 14. What's going on here? Now, these aren't extreme cougars having a good time. If this is true, these women are predators. Joining me now, psychologist Paula Bloom and Spartanburg County, South Carolina Sheriff Chuck Wright. Sheriff, let me start with you. How did these women, and if this is true, I'll call them predators, how did they lure the boys into these parties?
Well, it appears that they have some children that are the same age of the kids they were targeting.
So
I think they were drawn over by their, their teenage son and daughter having pool parties, and then went from there.
Unbelievable stuff. Now, how is it that they got caught here? Because I got to think, some of these kids sometimes not going to tell mom and dad that they're out smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, and having sex with their friends' moms.
No, we got an anonymous tip that there was two ladies providing alcohol to some teenagers. We were working at an alcohol violation, and then it led into what it is now, and it's very disturbing when all the facts came out in the case.
How many children are we talking about here that these women lured into the bedroom?
Well, we know of about 5 young boys that they had sex with. Some of them were the consenting age, so we couldn't charge them with criminal sexual conduct. But one of the children was 14 years old. Now, this woman has stolen something from this 14-year-old that can never be returned, and it's absolutely, it's appalling.
It is. Let's bring in Paula Bloom. Paula, what is the impact going to be on these young boys? I mean, it seems like, all right, boys will be boys, they're partying, they get to have sex, but I got to think there's some long-term impact here for these boys.
That's the big thing here, Vinny, is that a lot of times people don't experience sexual abuse at the hands of a woman as actually being abused. It's sort of what you were saying before, boys will be boys, oh, he enjoyed it kind of thing. They are sexual predators, and they're going to have major consequences on these kids. And it doesn't surprise me that they're teachers and parents, because it's like any sexual predator, it's all about access. We know this, right? Leaders of, other kinds of teachers or people in the clergy or anywhere where people have access. And, in general, in our society, it's sort of a taboo. We think of women as having a mothering instinct and that they're there to protect everyone. What we're seeing now is that women there's a lot of women are doing the same kinds of crimes that men are doing.
Sheriff, what's going to happen to these women if, in fact, you're able to prove the case? Are we talking about prison time here?
Yes, sir, and I will be able to prove the case. We got on this case very hard when we found out which way it was turning. We have a lot of statements. We've interviewed both of the predators, and the case is shaping up to be I guess a landmark case. But I'm hurting for the victims here, and I'm also hurting for the kids of these two suspects, because they
I know that's like their
what
friends.
Your mom does.
It's unbelievable stuff. Sheriff, good work. Paula Bloom, thank you so much. Appreciate it.